On that note, man, we have a wonderful and exciting special guest in the building, man. We're just bringing up a legendary producer in all what we are gathered here for. You know what I mean? He's behind many numerous like Afrobeat records that have helped to define the eras in the space and obviously propelled into magnificent like points for the entire scene. He just announced a label. He's also venturing into being a label structure, and we're excited to chop it up with the legendary Magic Fingers himself, Shiizi, in the building. Good evening. Welcome to ATTW, man. Yeah, man, we're good.
Thanks for having me.
Yes,
Hi,
man.
guys.
Welcome. How you feeling today, man?
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm feeling good, man. I'm good.
Feeling good. Just announced OBG.
Yes, sir. OBG in the house.
Nice. Tell us about it, man. Tell us about it.
I've been doing this for a minute,
Oh yeah, we know.
It's been a long time coming. So
yeah, man.
At one point in your life, you have to step out and try to do something new.
Nice.
So I got to a point where I'm like, okay, you know what? Can't keep making beats forever now. So you have to either as a producer you become a DJ or you start singing. Of course, I can't sing, but that's not my peak. Yeah. Or you become an executive and start grooming talents and doing whatever you can to still sustain your legacy and stuff. So I was just inspired to try this again and
nice.
I was looking for like, okay, what am I going to go with? And then everything was just divine. So
nice. Nice.
And Davido used to call me like every time I do something big, Davido would just be like, Ordained by God. This kind of sounds cool. I will actually go with this. So
nice.
And then I was like, you know what? He actually fits into my journey and how everything came about and where I started from and where I'm at now. So
nice.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna ride with it. And the goal is just to bring something fresh to the game.
Yeah.
Obviously, like we've come a long way from where we all started from as an entity, Afrobeats and the movement and everything. So now we've gotten to a place where we're like trying to see, okay, where are we going next? And nice. So we are here now.
That's
OBG,
nice. Beautiful.
New artist on Teo,
man, tell us about this guy. We got to hear a snippet you dropped today as well. There's a lot of conversations. It's the snippet that we saw today, right? So
what do you think? What did you think about it?
There's an interesting conversation here because I'm sure you've even responded to it, right? You've engaged. I said you've even responded to the conversation that sparked out of it. But definitely you can hear the talent behind the artist, but people are obviously trying to make the connotation or drawing the parallels with an artist that we do know as more established, like Victoni. You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah.
Normal, no?
Yeah.
It's normal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good stuff.
It's a good comparison, right?
I saw it. No, not surprising at all. Like I saw a tweet today that one was like, "Oh, it sounds like Victoni." Bro, everybody else always sounds like
somebody else. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Everybody sounds like somebody when they start making music, and for them to even say you sound like somebody is a good thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At least they're not saying that your voice is trash. Or,
No one's saying this guy. Yeah.
Or your music is trash. So
fair.
You know what I'm saying? We're talking about a 19 years old guy here, man.
Right.
If you can tell me that a 19 years old sound like Victoni, I'll be like, it's cool.
Right.
But you haven't even heard the other stuff. You haven't even heard the old song.
Yeah, so okay.
As a young artist, they listen to different people. They get inspired by different people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not just Victoni. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, like you might even hear something be like, oh, you sound like this person too. So it's like, at the end of the day, where we are right now is like, we've cooked up a lot. I don't want to say much here, but we have a lot coming. And I guess, time will tell and, people would... they eventually
find
get to hear something fresh.
Yeah, no,
Once again, you know?
no. Honestly, like I think that's how, even as music listeners, I listen to music every Friday on my live stream, and that's always the way of me describing anyone I listen to first. You're in your brain. Your mind is always going to your closest point of reference, right? So it's just a natural thing that you would obviously point to the closest point of reference, and in this case, it just happened to be Victoria, which is a good thing to be compared to at the end of the day, man. But yeah, man, appreciate you coming on. Appreciate you coming on, and we're excited. We're fans. I'm sure we have multiple questions, bro. We could spend like 2-4 hours maybe just going off of your journey in the space, but we'll try our best to keep it brief. Try our best to keep it brief, but because of how late it is tonight. But yeah, man. Shiizi, phenomenal producer behind so many records. I mean, the major record that we can point to, and what essentially brought you to the limelight, is Davido's record, Duro. A lot of people know you from that record, and it's been a case there, but a lot of people don't know too much of Shiizi before Duro. So,
yeah, they don't know Ekaete. They don't know that I was the one that made Ekaete.
Exactly, they don't know. Video. Bro, you were in the video. You were out there seeing Ekaete, man. Like, which is by the way, one of the most diabolical records in the world.
Diabolical.
Honestly, because if you listen to the story, man, shout out to where is he, man? Where is he? Like the hunter.
Real people remember Ekaete.
Oh my god.
Oh god, they helped me.
Yeah. Oh god, bro! One of the most insane records, man.
What's so funny about that song is that I remember the music video.
Bro, vividly. You can see, I can still remember Shizzi at the bar. Yeah, Shizzi was at the bar now. Yes, Shizzi was at the bar, man.
Plot life for that music video, and I remember I found it funny every time.
Nah, bro, it was too funny.
There's a lot of Madame Joyce's in the room now, like, bro, what the fuck is
Stop. No. I know, but this one was.
Not even that backwards.
No. It was a massive record regardless. But anyway, man, just tell us a bit more behind like the journey. What essentially kickstarted your producing career? What were some of the bigger the first stop records? Obviously, the Ekaete was one of them, but just tell us about the early days for Shiizi, man, so we can put into context.
Yeah. So yeah, but let me just make it snappy. So like basically like when I was in Nigeria, like in 2002, 2003, you just get to a point where you're like, okay, what's my next move, man? What am I going to do with my life? Your parents want you to go to school, study engineering, blah, 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 normal level. Mm-hmm. So, all of us then most of my friends, and I were trying to like jackpot, like trying to find a place to go, greener pastures vibe, kind of, Nigeria was tough then. So I tried to go to UK, America, it didn't work. So I was like, you know what? I might just go to like the quickest place, SA. So I went to SA to school and all that. And SA was actually what's, the place that kind of like, helped me shape my direction.
Gotcha.
It gave me like a direction, like, okay, this is actually what I'm supposed to do, which is music. So that was what I was doing there. And then after a while, after I finished, like 3 years there, I came back to Nigeria. And when I came back to Nigeria, that's when I met Bijano. I met Bijano in South Africa. So when I came to Nigeria, I was living with him, and then he took me to Moit's house. I'm just keeping,
No, this is good.
Snappy. So yeah. So he took me to Moit's house. I was there in Moit's house, like just making beats for the guys, the Prince, Wande, Wizkid was in the house too. We had a room in the house. He used to come there every time. Then sometimes David would come, but I didn't used to really talk to Davido. Like I just knew that this kid was fresh and cool guy, I didn't really talk to him, but me and Wizkid, we started working together. He said he's doing his album. Then he said, so we started working, and then we ended up making Love My Baby there in that same house in mainland.
Mad.
On the mainland.
Classic, another classic record, man.
Yeah, we made that record like from scratch. So the record got on his album, and then, obviously we were all like guys then before the fame. The fame came and the fans, and they started, like to, I don't want to say much, but they started to, just create some kind of energy that messed all our relationship up. So we're all like just guys there. We all just used to just freestyle together. One day, David, that was actually how Davido got Omo Babalo it was from Wande. Wande used to call him Omo Babalo. So all of us in the house just vibing, making music and stuff. So and Davido heard the song on his album on Wizkid album, and it was like, "Yo man, we should come make something for me." And then that was how I went to Lekki. We met, we sat down. He's like, "Well, how much do you charge?" I told him, "Well, I just started." That time, I think we were charging like 50K there or something. I can't remember.
Insane.
So he was like, "Okay, no problem now. You pay, blah blah blah." So as I saw him, blah blah, in the studio, we're just vibing, and we made Dami do that same evening that I went to see him.
Insane.
That was when we actually made that song, and then everything from then was just.
Just to pause, just to pause on that Duro real quick, please. Let's dive deeper into that record, because this was when Davido himself was still having production chops, right? He was
making beats.
He was making beats, right? So tell us about that. Like a producer coming to you for beats. Like, what was your reaction, and what was your relationship like? Because at the end of the day, both of you are credited for the production and that. So just expand on how the dynamic of you guys working on that.
So I didn't even know he was producing beats. I didn't even know he produced back when. Later on our journey, on our journey, and then I got to know he produced back when. So how it started was I got to the studio. We started after we had talked about the business, like how I was going to produce a song for him. So I went inside the studio in Lekki Phase 1, just by his dad's house. So we got into the studio. I saw Sexy Still there. I don't know if anybody.
Yeah.
But Sexy Still.
Yeah.
I remember Sexy Still.
Of course, the ladies do.
Yeah. So this is how the song came about. So it was making a beat for Sexy Still while I was in the studio with every other person. B-Red was there.
Crazy.
I think Wambo was there, and a couple of people were there. So it was making a beat. It just started making the beats with drums. Just so it was just doing that. So I was just sitting there. I was like, this is sounding good. So it wasn't like we were actually trying to make them do. It was just a coincidence. It was a coincidence. So as I heard that in my mind, I'm like, I was hungry then. Like I was trying to find a way to impress everybody, to just do whatever I can to blow. Yeah. Because I was at a point in my life where it was like it was this or nothing. So as I heard that loop, it was creating like a 4-bar loop. So I picked up the keyboard. I was just playing around on the keyboard, and I started playing key. From that point, I started adding sounds and doing different things. Then the peak or the height of the whole thing was when we laced the drums. When I laced that drums, the drums of Damdo, that's when it was like an earthquake in that place. Everybody was like, "Oh, what's this?" That's when we knew that. Yeah. That's when we knew that.
Yeah.
We made something phenomenal. So
I'm curious.
That was how the song came about. Yeah.
I'm curious. Were you behind?
Sexy Still just left.
Oh
Sexy
yeah.
Still was like, "This guy's not have my time." Blah, blah, blah. He just left the studio, man.
Oh man.
I can't lie. We just moved on from there.
That's insane. And were you behind the synths that opened up the song? Like those very EDM, like dun dun dun. Like was that you as well?
So this is the crazy thing. So when we made Dami Duro, right?
Yeah.
There was no that beginning sound wasn't there.
Okay.
So I told Davido, he said he has to release this song. I said, what, just give me some time. My mind was telling me like the angels needed to release something to me. That I wasn't fully convinced that I'd finished the beat. So I was like, give me some time. I was staying in Ogba then, fetching water in my family friend's place. I was so broke, no money, nothing. So I was just sitting on the song that guy. I'm not fully convinced that this song is done yet. So I'm like, what, one night, I just woke up, that inspiration just came. And that was the last sound that I had on the song before submitting first Davido.
Bro,
that beginning sound
that made the song.
That was what I heard.
I feel like it's part of what even ushered like this very small adaptation of EDM in Afrobeats, where you are seeing records like almost having that like high energy synth, like electric energy with it, man. Nah, that was dope to just see that as a second thought. This is crazy to know.
The one that mixed. Davido mixed and mastered the song.
Man.
He was also very hungry then too. Like he's still hungry now, but he was so hungry then that he was like, what, I'm not gonna wait for nobody. I'm gonna do this myself. I mastered it myself and released it. Tell us. I don't even know when he released it.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Please tell us about the impact of the release, bro.
So Yeah, so I was in Ajao Estate then, still scouting with people, trying to find my path. Where do I go? Okay, I just made a song. I don't know when the song was coming out. I was just sitting in my friend's car. I was sitting in my friend's car, and I think on Beat FM was where he premiered the song. So I was just in the car. I just said Davido is in the house, blah blah blah. Next I just said, bah, 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 bah. You know what I'm saying? So and then I linked up with them on the Highland. They were like, let's go to the club, blah blah blah. Let's go and tease the song. And the moment that song came on in the club, and the way everybody's reaction was in the club made me to realize that we had made a phenomenal hit.
Bro.
The reaction was just time. It was just priceless. So that point was when I knew that okay, Shizzi, you have entered. Because Blow My Baby was like a love song. It was it did what it had to do. But Davido was the stamp, was my stamp into the industry. It was like an undeniable smash record.
Mad. Honestly,
for a new artist like Davido.
Yeah, an undeniable classic, man. And obviously, you then built a very, very phenomenal relationship with Davido.
He's my brother,
bro. And you've gone on to make many, many more records. Even on that Omo Babalowo album, you had the Ekuro record too. Obviously, bringing a lot more softer, romantic side of him. Tell us about that record too, man, because it had to be in the close span of the timeline with Duro, right?
Yeah, it was around the same time. Yeah, so Ekuro 2 was like, you just said like, at the time, Kamal was still managing him, and we're like, we need to make something, timeless, like, but a timeless love song, and then that was the time that his dad wasn't even trying to allow him to. So we made a Kuro before Davido came out, I think, because I remember that time. Yeah, I remember that time he was having issues with his dad, not allowing him to do music or something.
About climbing fence, we've heard the story. Yeah.
We made it in Irish studio in what they call this place again? In Korea, I forgot that place. That's when we made it. But when we made that, we just like trying to do something timeless, love records, something that can play at weddings and stuff like that.
Mad. And you guys, obviously, like I said, you guys went to build a phenomenal track record of great collabs. Like, I feel like when it comes to his discography, a lot of the standout moments are with you. From Duro to Ekuro, by Bilshi, like
we had this chemistry, man. You know when you work with someone, back to back. Anything that you guys press, anything I press on the keyboard or anything that he hears, he doesn't doubt it. He's just like, okay, this is going. And like even with Skelewu too, like
Skelewu, I don't know.
We just knew that everything we were just pressing was just going. You know what I'm saying? Like you just know that okay, you have this formula and you apply the formula, it comes out of the formula.
What would you say has been some of the biggest, like, not necessarily lessons or things that you observed working with Davido, and knowing where he is, knowing his position in not just music, beyond music, his presence now, his influence is far beyond music, and it's like, what are some of the things that still not necessarily amaze you, but yeah, always in awe once the topic of Davido comes around? Like, what's one thing that stands out about him that makes him get to this point where he is? Like, what did you observe in him?
Yeah, personally, like, I feel like, not everybody that is in his shoes or not everybody that is in his position can carry a lot of people along. I feel like one of the things that I learn from people like him every day. So I feel like one of the things that I admire so much about him is that he doesn't really, even though he's supposed to be like, carry shoulder, he's supposed to like maybe be feeling like maybe like he's supposed to carry himself with pride and whatever, like, but he's just a very down to earth person. Like, if you know him very well, you wouldn't even know that this guy has like a lot of money to his name, his family is rich or whatever. Davido can get to a city and just go in a cab or in a Uber or something, like, you know what I'm saying? He's a very down to earth person. So I think that's one of the things that really, really, like, I really admire about him. And also I feel like there's this thing about he's a rich boy, with a rich father or whatever. But I feel like that also drives him. It also drives him to actually prove to people that, you know what, this is not about me being rich. I can do this thing even though my papa get money, like, I can still do this thing.
You almost gave him a unique reason to like stand out, because you hear the grass to grace storyline of artists coming out of nothing, which is absolutely beautiful. But it feels like he had a different point to prove that I'm not like, I deserve to be here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I always tell people, sorry, go.
No, I was just saying, like, that's has even continued to his work ethic till today. Like, he's still trying to prove people till today.
It's crazy, but like, no matter how you see this guy, even if you don't like him, you cannot deny his impact on the culture. You cannot deny what he's done.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I always tell people that you guys like to, like, maybe downgrade this guy or maybe whatever. But at the end of the day, if we're looking at the scoreboard, we know what this guy has done. And I'm not just saying it because he's my guy. Everybody's my guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but I just feel like people try to downplay him sometimes, like maybe, because he's rich or whatever. But at the end of the day, we're looking at the scoreboards. Who has the most African, like global African hits? Yeah. Like, let's be real here, So at the end of the day, we have all done our parts.
Yeah.
We have all like, brought something to the table for Afrobeat, but we shouldn't downplay each other.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we really being honest, the conversation that we should all be having now is like, you know what I'm saying? All this beef and all these things going on. Like, if we actually come together, if these three guys or these people that are having feuds and stuff with each other, actually come together and do stuff together, they can actually make so much global impact.
So much together.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like that's a conversation for another day.
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure, bro. But I don't want to spend too much on Davido or a relationship with him, because yes, we can spend a longer time. But you as a producer, it's not just been a Davido thing where it only happens with Davido. You've also got to do it with Wande, with Wizkid, with Olamide specifically, and a song like Who You Epp. Bro, we need to dive into that song, because that was an impact, bro, with Olamide, bro. Tell us about that record in 2016, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy. So that beat, I made that beat in Lagos. I came to Nigeria, I think maybe early 2016. So I made that beat in Lagos in my place. So when I made that beat, I was like, this beat, it's like when you make a beat and you know that this every beat has like, for me, every beat has like a home. Every beat has someone that is attached to spiritually.
Okay.
So I was like, this beat, I don't know who is going to up on this beat, but this beat is a special beat, because obviously that time nobody was doing sounds like that you'll be using, like all this EDM-ish kind of.
Yeah.
I've done it like
you had done it before. Yeah.
Using like maybe all this kind of like pop vocal chops and putting it on Afrobeat and stuff. And I've always liked trying something new. So when I was in America, so I heard Olamide was in town. So I reached out to his guys, like, guy, tell Olamide that I have to play him something. So I was trying to reach him, but then nobody was responding. I was like, man, these artists, that's how you be looking for them, trying to give them something that will change their life. They will just be like, busy. Can I have his number? So they sent me his number. I text them and say, Baro, I have something that you need to listen to. You have to listen to this. Trust me. He's like, he's sorry, he's been busy. That I should just pull up to his hotel. Because I got to his hotel like this. I just brought out my laptop, plugged it up to the speaker, blah, blah, blah. I just played the beat. Boom. So I had two beats that I wanted to play for him. I first played the one that I wanted to picture him on. Okay. And that was actually that beat. I wanted to picture him on it and, release it as my own song with him.
Wow.
So I played that one first. As I played it first, I now played another one. No, he said it's that first one that I played that he wants to do, that you on the mic. I said, on the mic, are you sure? So I pressed the mic, whatever. It wasn't even up to 5 minutes, I swear. The song was already done.
Right.
And then next thing it was like, I should send it to David or something. And I let David, hey, maybe David wants to do a verse on it or something. I sent it to David. I was like, guy, this song is going, new sound. But I think David was busy or something. He couldn't get on it.
Yeah.
So Olamide was very like spontaneous guy. Once he does something, either he leaks it after he does it, or he just like he's very quick with it. He doesn't like wasting time.
Yeah.
The one that leaked Peru, he leaked Peru. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? He leaked
Peru. We're gonna get to Peru for sure, but yeah.
He leaked Peru. After he heard it, he leaked that song like the next day. I'm telling you.
Man. Man. And it's funny.
That's how we came about it.
And it's funny you even talked about how a beat is looking for a home, because if there's any beats in the history of Afrobeats that has been hawked around in terms of finding a quote-unquote home with the remix, right? It was literally one of the most remixed songs or production pieces that we have heard. So how did that feel as a producer, just hearing different versions, like multiple, like in the hundreds of remixes and covers, bro? It was
I
insane.
didn't really see that coming, but all I knew was if somebody ups on this beat, it's going to be a hit.
Yeah.
And most of the time, you know, people like Olamide, when they hear something like that, because he was at that point too in his career where he just had these lambas in his mouth, like even that Who You Epp lamba. I don't even know how he came up with it. You know. And then when we did the, let me just put this out. So when we did the original came out and it went crazy, everybody upped on his, you know, remixes here and there. So when I saw, so me and Wande were not cool for a while because me and this guy we always fight. We always fight
crazy.
Every time because I can't just sometimes I'm just like, this guy, what is your issue? Bro? We always fight. So when I met him in Atlanta, so me and my guys, we tried to settle our fight. He came to my house. We shouted on each other. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, are you done? Are you finished? Oh yeah, carry mic. I get what's wrong with it. I think you should up on this song, and I think the song is going, you know, blah, blah. Up on it. He was like, which song? I was like, up on it, trust me. He was like, well, Olamide, okay, right now, on mic. So I pressed the mic, blah, blah. I don't want to do this bass.
Sometimes. Niggas just oh, bro.
5 minutes.
Bro.
I was like, so I said it to Olamide. I was like, I have a surprise for you. He said, what, Baba? He said, just listen to what I'm about to say. I sent it to Olamide. Olamide went, he's like, what?
Goated verse, man. Goated verse.
That was one that put Wande on.
Mad. I remember that song, obviously still looking for a remix, looking for where to land. He ended up being Wande Cole and Fino, but that Wande verse was epic. Bro, tell me about Wande now, because now I'm curious, because you're talking about your relationship, because obviously Wande is the point of reference, the greatest easily. So tell me your first contact with him and how you guys have grown to know each other over time.
Yeah, so like I said, we met back in probably 010 or so at
Mohit, yeah.
Because 011 was when I made Davido, so I think 010 was when I met him. So I was always making beats for him. One is just the kind of artist that is like a sharpener, right? You might just be down, you don't even feel like making beats because you're hungry, maybe you don't have any food to eat or whatever. But once one day starts singing, there's just this energy that, comes out of you. From him just freestyling in your face, you just be so inspired. You just carry computer, even though you haven't eaten all day, you just want to work with him. It just gingers you.
Right.
The things he says, his voice, everything. So when I met him at the house, we started cooking up, and even that time we made some songs. One of the songs that we made almost caused issues with Jazzy, because Jazzy ended up we making the song. That was Golo. Jazzy ended up making the song. And then,
interesting.
Why did you not brought Jazzy's song to me? I should remake. He was Wande is just a very funny guy. So we just always fight, Yeah. But right now we cook. We're not as close as we used to be, but we're cool. Right. I have so much respect for him.
Right.
He's one of the guys that I always tell him anytime I see him, that guy, I never ever undermine your impact on this music, man. You inspired David, you inspired Wizkid,
bro.
You inspired me, you inspired every producer.
Down to Fireboy,
even on Ricardo Banks,
bro,
to Oxlade, to everybody.
Everybody, man, everybody. When it comes to Wande's influence, it's astounding. And speaking of Fireboy, you obviously put up one of the biggest records and till today for him, and obviously took it to the globe. globe. Took it to the globe.
Sure.
Got Ed Sheeran on it. Like he performed this in stadiums. Like this was an epic moment. But please take us back to the session with Fireboy to put together Peru, because obviously that Wande influence too. You can hear it very vividly on that song. Almost to the point where I was scared. Wait, is this Wande, like, or is Fireboy? But tell me about that record.
So that brings me back to what someone said on my post, that when I posted something. You remember which I talked from the beginning when I posted on
the Victoni thing,
like Victoni, When I saw this, my kid, I knew he sounded. You know what? You know one funny thing? I actually found Tayo on Victoni's reposts of a freestyle on that song. That's My Life, Jaga Jaga. He did a freestyle. Victoni posted on Instagram.
See, you see alignment, man. That's crazy.
That's how I found Tayo. So when I saw that, I knew it sounded like RJ, Victoni, blah, blah, blah. But that's not what I'm looking for. I just need someone who can flow and has a tone. It's a unique tone. I can make him sound however I want him to sound. So that's what caught my attention. So with Fireboy, like obviously, like he says that Wande is his dad. You know, he says it many times that Wande is my dad, blah blah. So he's inspired. There's nothing wrong with someone like sounding like somebody. You know what I'm saying? So with Peru, like that one with me, I'm always like, it's actually very hard for me to be reaching out to us that, let's work. Because sometimes when I do it, because they have busy schedules, sometimes it's the smoking and all that, like sometimes it takes time for them to respond, and that just makes you feel like maybe they don't want to work with me or something like that. So I've always been reaching out to Fireboy like guy. Same way I was reaching out to Oxlade. That Oxlade, me and you, I think we need to do something. That was before he released that song that was big. So I was reaching out to these boys like, guy, I'm not that kind of producer that if I reach out to you, just know they sent me. You know they sent me to give you a song that will change your life. I was just Fireboy like, guy, we need to work. He was like, Baba, don't worry. He doesn't like sending beats out. When we meet in person, that's better. I was like, okay, no wala. So I was in Atlanta, and then my A&R then, and my manager was like, okay, you know what? She had that. I needed to talk to Empire's A&R, which was happy that they want to do like a camp with Fireboy. They want me to come to San Francisco. So to fast forward things to the conversation, like I flew to San Francisco, I met Fireboy again. But let me just take you back again. In 2015, Fireboy used to come to my house. He was not blown then.
Insane.
He used to come to my house with a guy that was, working with him, like he was trying to manage him. Two of them were young guys. That guy would come with the guitar. I have video on my phone, so I have some videos on my phone. He used to come to my house to sing for me, and he would be in the corner singing, freestyling for us in the house. All my guys were like, yo, just sign this guy, man. This guy is talented, blah, blah, blah. But I was not always in Nigeria, and also like, I was trying to figure my life out there. I was about to have a kid, blah, blah, it was not the right time. Nice. But all of us just knew that this guy had talent. That's me rewinding this.
That's mad.
The events of things. So fast forward to San Francisco, we meet again. I showed him the video. He almost started crying. Him just looking, like one young, guy. Like just it was like, wow, Baba, it's been a long time coming. So I was like, yeah, man, let's get to it, man. So at the time, I was like, you know what? There's no point for me to fly out all the way to this place and not make something magical, So I started going through my sounds and beats that I've created and sounds that I had on my laptop. And the moment I got to this particular one, it was like pause. I was like, this beat is simple, man. Like, let's go and listen to some hardcore, like crazy bounces. Like, Baba, trust me, go back to that one. So I went to it. I was like, are you sure? So I played it, and then the energy was just right. Like the studio was like there was like some drinks and the vibe, the energy was up there. And he started freestyling from that freestyle. The moment I heard all those things that he was singing, I was like, oh, this one is going. Everybody was like congratulating each other in the studio that this is a smash. But obviously, like sometimes you see people like Bolaji came to me like, we need Shizzi. I feel like we still need something fast, something, I was like, guy, this is a smash. Not my words. I was like, this is a smash. We just knew it, when you play something and the play value is like crazy, like you just know it's good.
Beautiful. And
So that was how it came about.
nah, it's crazy because you even, as you've even described there, like just paying attention to Fireboy's like discography. Before Peru, we've always exalted him as one of the finer songwriters in the space at that time, right? And this was one of the few moments. One of the few moments he took like a very freestyle approach, right? And it became one of the most significant records in his career. So it's like it's just crazy. It's just crazy to see because you can even tie that to Wande's approach in the studio, right?
Yeah, I think it was just in a free mind state, like, and it was his first time in America. When an artist that's been in Nigeria all his life goes to America or an amazing place like America, maybe, you know, they get inspired. Like the environment inspires them, you know, the whole feeling of the place inspires them. So San Francisco is one of the beautiful cities in America. So him going there for the first time, also hearing a beat like that, and he was also in a place where he wanted to experiment. When the artists start overthinking, that's when you know, like they end up like losing their way. So when they just let their mind be free, that's when they can create good music. People will enjoy.
And which now brings me to a very good question, because what you said now just sparked the question now. Regarding to lyrics or lyricism in general in Afrobeats, right? What is your take on it? Because we just gave the Fireboy example, but what is your take in the role that lyricism has in Afrobeats, right? Because we know Afrobeats to be a very, very like vibey, very melodious, like you want to dance and everything, but being in your position, being one of the craftsmen behind the sound, I'm curious where you stand in terms of the lyricism conversation. Do you think it's something that has to be at the heart of every record that comes in an Afrobeats like scene, or do you think it's something that it's not a priority, but we can supplement it with on a song and just have the melodies dictate the overall feeling of the song? But I'm curious how you feel about that.
I think that from the very beginning, he's always been like a beat driven kind of music. Afrobeats has always been that beat driven. It's the beats that everybody's listening to, and the lambas, like small lambas here and there. But I think where we are right now, man, I think that people are beginning to get tired of hearing the same thing all the time, hearing the same lyrics, from certain artists all the time. I don't want to mention names, but I think some of the guys could use a songwriter. Maybe to spice up their lyrics, But, and I also say, because we've gotten to a point where it's like everything is beginning to sound the same, and also like even in America and and other places that I've been in conversations that people are beginning to not really understand what is going on with our lyrics anymore. I feel like we're beginning to really bore certain audiences out, and I feel like we need to probably start to try maybe using songwriters more, or maybe just try and adapt new lyrics into sound.
Nice.
That's what I would say.
Makes sense. Makes sense. I was going to ask about my personal. I think this is my favorite work of yours. I think it's even slept on when it comes to the list of, because you have phenomenal records behind your belt, but I think this is a song when it comes to the musicality behind it. I think you excelled beyond like most records. This song, it takes up very, very, very strong elements from Fela's approach. And it's a very nice derivative of Fela's approach musically.
I feel like I know the song.
Do you have a guess? It's Show You Off, right? Whoa.
Is it Show You Off?
Yeah.
Show You Off you're talking about?
Yes, Show You Off. Or did you have another song in mind?
No, I thought you were saying like Bagwilshi or The Bound.
Those ones are there too. But I think Show You Off, when it comes to the horn arrangements, the bass line, the overall bounce of it, that song is high art in my view, bro. I see it like that's music right there. But please tell us about that record. I know because you collaborated with Washi Fire as well from Jamaica, right? On that record.
Yeah, so for Washi Fire,
it's from the US actually.
Washi Fire on the record. Washi Fire was just, so at that point in time, like you know, Worshipper just came in on the record as he was just trying to like help us push the record. He didn't even do anything on the record.
Okay.
And
Okay.
maybe push the record for us. Yeah.
Okay. Got you.
A lot of people think that he's a DJ. Of course, he's a DJ. So he's like a DJ on.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
song, you know.
Okay,
But
that makes sense.
How I came about it, Fela has always been like one of the major influences in our, you know, in this culture. So like, you know, me just tapping into him was just every other producer has done it now. Even with Ojo Legba, Fela. You know, many people have tapped into it. Wizkid,
Wizkid,
even Burna Boy.
Yeah, Burna Boy. There's a record with Scales. Yeah.
Even how the Burna Boy's career picked up from when he actually tapped into it. Fela's sound.
Yeah.
Just the same way Wizkid's career picked up when he also tapped into Fela's sounds.
Yeah.
So Fela is like that, you know, he's like, I don't even know how to say it, man. It's like when you tap into his music, he's like he's so up there.
Yeah.
Musically like that. It just takes you like from just being in this, you know, like how do I say it, ground position to like up there. So tapping into that sound, like I made the beats in Nigeria, went to America. When I met World for the first time, he was still doing all this pop music, jazz music, soul and stuff, all this crazy music that they make for movies and stuff. So when I met him, he was like, he's not sure he doesn't know how to approach Afro. You know, like if I have something I should play for him, I was like, maybe I think you have a soulful voice. I have something soulful but still Afro. It was like I should play it, so I played it for him. Because we're living in the same neighborhood there. So I played it for him. He was like, "What?" He was like, "I could give him like 2 days. He's gonna come back with something." And then he came back to my house, knocked the door, opened the door. He played it for me. I was like, "What? This is amazing,
bro! It's an amazing record, bro.
The rest is history,
bro. I think
he's an amazing guy, by the way.
I think that record deserves to be in some form of Hall of Fame or something. Like, I think when it comes,
he was ahead of his time too,
bro. That too, and it still goes off. It still goes off anytime it comes on, man. But before I open the floor, because I'm sure bro, you have too many. I'm sure you have many people that have a lot of questions to help document your career. But before I open the floor, I want to talk about one song that in the midst of a, will I say, tsunami-esque wave of peak Davido.
You're going to have to leave some questions for us.
Peak Davido. Wait. Peak OBO. Listen, I'm sorry. Hey, listen. Listen, guys. I'm sorry. I'm not about to pull one of those moments. But anyway, OBO had a monumental run with A4. We saw what the song did. We don't even need to get into the details. But in the midst of all that noise, in the midst of all that buzz, there was a record.
To talk about
there was a record like that, bro.
Oh, I knew you were going to. I knew it was going to come to this.
Bro, how did you feel like knowing that song? And still today,
I'm still so pissed off. I'm still so pissed off about that.
Bro,
so pissed off.
Bro, till today, people still hold it as one of his better moments. Like, if you ask most people about top 5 Davido, if they really know what's up, like that record is coming up. You know what I mean? Bro, please tell us about that record, man, and how special it is.
That record is one of the special ones, man. I really took my time to design the sounds, and I was looking forward that David was going to push it, you know, and it was going to be big and stuff. So because that particular moment was when he had Fall, like you said.
Yeah.
He had Fire too.
Yeah, so, Fire. I forgot Fire.
So let me just take you back. Yeah. I made the record. So I made the record with Tenny when me and Tenny were still working together. You know, I produced it, and then we wrote the record. I've actually wrote some lines in the record too.
Yes, Tenny.
So when we made it, I was like, this record is a big song. So I told her, I said, I think we have to give this song to Davido, man. And she was like, are you sure? Because she was also trying to come out then. But I feel like I said in the beginning, every song that he creates in the studio, you know, okay, let me just tell you something. When I started making music, did I ever think I was going to make a Peru? No. Everything was designed by God.
Right.
Everything is destiny. So any record, any beat you make, you know, is meant for somebody. And the fact that you actually sang on the song, some of the times does not mean that you are the one that will pass the message to the world. It could be that you're just the vessel to create the song, but then somebody else has to take it.
Yeah.
And then look at for example, like Whitney Houston's what's that song? What's that biggest song again? I forgot. Yeah.
I will always love you.
I will always love you. Yeah.
It was Dolly Parton that wrote
the original, yeah.
But who made it the world?
Facts.
So when we made it, I think we have to give this song to Davido. The reason is because we're talking about Shayo. This is that Davido is living that life. You have not kickstarted your career just yet. So let's give it to David. Let him channel it to the world. He was like, okay, cool, fine, no wala. So and then, we said okay, she was cool with it. When I got paid for the record, I gave her an envelope. She was about to come to Nigeria to start pushing her music. I gave her an envelope. She was happy. She knelt down, thanked me, hugged me. I was like, cool. So I think that time was when like artists were not really used to people going out saying that, they wrote the record.
And songwriters, yeah.
We needed time to kind of make that a norm. Because America is a norm. People go out there, I wrote for Rihanna. Rihanna will start crying. Now Rihanna will start vexing that somebody wrote for me.
Facts.
So at that time, we when I told her that I was giving David, she was okay with it. So when she got to Nigeria, I think she was excited or whatever. And then she went to go and tweet and say or something on one interview or whatever. Said a record I wrote for Davido is coming out, blah blah blah. So I think that kind of like maybe pissed Davido off or something or whatever. I don't know what happened. But I think that just kind of like made him not to really be like, okay, it is what it is. And then also, after he dropped it, he now ended up making another record, Fire. So he was like, he just now dropped Fire. And then after he dropped Fire, Fire took over. Wow. And then people now look back and like, we hate ourselves. Hey, we should have paid more attention to this song.
I know. I'm sure it must be annoying.
It's painful. That record is very painful because even the video, my sound design on it, I took my time. I was like, you know what? I want to make something very like an empty beat, very like knocking, like. But at the end of the day, I'm just sad that it didn't blow like I thought it was gonna blow. But it happens, like shit happens.
Bro. Nah, for real.
It's still a very successful song.
Yeah, for sure, man. Bro, I know I've spent too much time. Probably everybody's vexed now because I didn't get to give people chance to open. But please, I want to open the floor and I beg you, please. If you had some time, please stretch it small because of me. Because
Ima, please. This team started talking. I raised my hand.
Now let's do it now.
Sorry, better man.
Shizzi, welcome. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm good.
We are very happy to have you here.
Clearly, too excited.
Emmanuel has taken us down memory lane. He has taken us very far down memory lane, and we are so grateful that you have come to share all these stories with us.
Thank you so much.
We love it.
Thank you for listening.
My questions for you are very much here and now, the new age of OBG. Ordained by God, and I wanted to talk more about like what it looks like now. And you talked about how like as a producer, you find that a lot of producers pick different ventures to jump into, but you have decided to pick the venture of jumping into a record label and running a record label. So, what has been some of the toughest things you've realized right now in trying to set up OBG? What have been some of the things that you're like, this comes easy to me because I've been in the game for a while? What are some of the things that you are realizing that like it's not easy, it's not small things?
Do you want to hear the truth?
Yes, the truth, obviously.
Wow, that's cool.
The truth is that this is probably like the hardest move I've ever made in my whole life. This is like one of the hardest moves I've made in my whole life because remember like I tried to do this before. When I had Magic Fingers, I was like, okay, I signed Tenny, all this blah blah blah. It didn't work out and all that. When this happened to me, I made a promise to myself that you know what, I don't think I'm going to ever do this anymore. Maybe I have to just wake up one day and start singing. Like Young John or Fuse or somebody. But then I thought to myself that, you know what, it's not like I can't sing, because if you actually listen to some of Davido's songs, like what I do backups and stuff, I can do some singing or whatever, you know. But it's not really my thing. You know how you know that if you try to do something, you do look like it's forced. You know, so I was like, okay, singing is not my thing. I won't want to sing and start, you know. I can do like all the stuff that them Timbaland they do, like backing people up on stage and blah blah blah. But singing is not my thing. So I was like, you know what, let me just try again. And I was praying to God. I was just praying to God. I ended up like, you know, finding somebody that I think aligns with my vision and what I was trying to achieve, you know, to develop. But the challenges I've faced, you know, looking at people like Jazzy and you know, Maven and what they've done, you know, kind of gave me like motivation to try to do this, because I felt like obviously I have ears for music and I can do it, but the challenges that I faced, you know, working with wrong people that will just take your money, you know, you spend your money and you don't see results. You know, trying to do it in Nigeria. I had to leave America, everything in America, in LA, where I was pursuing other things in LA, which I had to abandon and then come back to Nigeria again. It felt like I was starting all over again. You know, like it's been so challenging. But one thing that just keeps me going is that, you know what, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Like I see where I'm going. So no matter what I face, I don't let it stop me, you know. And I would say that for anyone that wants to venture into this, just know it's one of the hardest things to do, because you just keep spending all your resources till God knows when. But you know, the thing that should keep you going is that you are wetting a fertile soil, and you know, very soon.
The work is hard.
Yeah.
The work is hard.
It's very
the
difficult.
motivation
Very,
is there.
very difficult.
Yeah.
One of the things you mentioned is that a lot of what has been happening is like ending up dealing with people that are either not good at it or wasting your time and your resources. So in this position, how many hats are you having to wear?
I can't even count, honestly. Like, I can't even count. I got to a point where I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should just quit this thing, man, and go back to LA. Like, you know, because I was actually I was doing well. I was chilling in LA. I was producing albums. I was working with labels. I was already pursuing like the international thing that I wanted to do, because I thought, okay, you know what? I can't keep competing with producers here and blah, blah, blah. Let me just step out.
But you produced for Maroon 5, like...
You know, let me expand, you know, my reach from just working with people here. Because at the end of the day, like I was even making money that if I tell people here that they should pay me, they can't even pay me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I was doing okay, man. I was driving a nice car. I was living in LA, the most expensive city in America. So I was doing well. You know, so I was like, me coming back to Nigeria again to come and start again. It was so difficult. You know, my cousin, like, who that's, you know, was the guy that we started this whole thing together. So he had to go to other things. And then I now had to face these people myself, because he was not available working on some other things. So I had to face people myself. I had to deal with a lot of people. You know, I've shot videos that you will never see. I've spent so much money. I've wasted money on shooting different videos that try different things that you always want to give up. And guess what? Nobody wants to help you. Nobody's gonna give you the manuscript that, oh, this is what nobody wants to help. So like it's really been challenging, but we are here now, you know, and what has kept us going is that I believe in the kid. I believe in the music that we have coming. Yeah. You know, I want to remake history again. I want it to feel like now it's feeling like it's feeling like 2011 again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to revive that with a new kid. Yeah. And you know, obviously, like tomorrow or whenever, God willing, we hope to also help more talents. But at least right now we focus on Teo.
For now we
focus on Teo.
And I want.
Sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, I was gonna say for now the focus is on Teo. But I was gonna ask, like, obviously you're wearing many hats, but apart from producing, like, who are or even outside of OBG, who are the newer producers that you're looking at? Who are the young up and comers that you're seeing their work and they've been exciting you?
You mean in the Afrobeat space, right?
Yeah, just in the Afrobeat space, like producers that you've been very excited to hear stuff from them.
So I have this new producer that I've been like watching, and also just he's been working with Tayo and myself. I actually like signed him, but he's still like working. His name is Axtro, so you guys should look out for him.
Nice.
This is not just for artists. We're going to be signing producers too.
Okay.
Or some of the other guys that I feel like I'm feeling right now, and I love what they're doing. These are not even like small boys anymore. We're talking about like P Prime. We're talking about London. Like I feel like those are bad boys.
Yeah.
You know, those guys like they really like have it in them. We see what they're doing with the fellow artists. We see P Prime what he's doing with everything he's been producing. We see London. I can't count, man. There are many producers out there that are actually doing very, very well. That I love, but if I start with the names, I'm probably like maybe like 5-6 of them that I know but I'm really like happy with where they're taking the sound.
Nice. Real quick.
Very exciting.
Real quick, just on the topic of, sorry to interrupt real quick, but just on the topic of signing artists, and because we have a community here that many people are in, from A&Rs to artists as well. I'm very curious what OBG is looking out for, in terms of producers, in terms of artists. If there is a portal, or if there is an email or something that they can send applications or send opportunities towards getting to work with you. Are there any avenues set up like that for OBG at the moment?
Of course.
Nice.
Yeah, of course. Our website is running up and running right now.
Okay.
www.obgofficial.com. And they can also reach out to us via email on any of the on any of our social media pages. But the thing is, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
My email is full.
Okay. So what are you looking for, so that people know if they?
My email is very full.
Yeah.
I think I did a big challenge like a while ago now. Like a lot of people jumped on it. Shout out to all of them for taking their time and all that. But I just feel like where we are right now, it's really hard to impress someone. It's very, very hard to impress someone like me or Saz or other people, the other producers that have been really, really putting out just hits for years. So me, what I'm always looking for is, I'm not even looking for perfection. I'm just looking for like just something that just sounds fresh.
Right.
It might just be a beat that the producer is sending. It might not even be a finished beat, but I can tell that you're trying to do something new. Because I've been around the world. I've heard music from every genre and every region. So like, if you're trying to like send me something, it has to just be something that once I press play like this, I can tell you that okay, this sounds good.
Sounds different.
It has to be different.
Yeah, it has to stand out. It has to leave a mark.
That's stand out, for sure. Yeah.
Nice. Real quick, we're gonna open the floor to more questions. Or Belema, did you still wanna have some questions?
No, you can have some questions.
Nice. All right, we have Harvey and then we have Chibi to open up the question.
Okay.
Ima, I know like I must have said leave something for us, but to be honest, I just want to start by saying thank you very, very much for this, in the way you've started the conversation. While the angle was leave something for us, but the other angle to that is that you've covered so much ground on all the things we're curious about that it feels like we have nothing to ask. So yeah, thank you, man. You're
appreciate it.
The goats.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Shiizi, for showing up on this space and
anytime, guys.
Taking time to join this community and see what we're doing.
Thank you for what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I see what you guys are doing and I appreciate it. Let's do whatever we all can to keep pushing the culture forward, because the list we want now is for the drive and everything we built. So that would be
the infrastructure that we're building.
Energy to die.
Absolutely, man.
Let's do whatever we all can to keep the fire burning.
Yeah, man.
And
So
I'm here any song.
No.
Yeah, picking up where Iman left off, right with like that. I've never confirmed this before, but like when like that came out, I remember the premiere on, I think it was MTV, came out. They premiered the video, and then it didn't come out then. Even that's the funny part. So I heard the song like that, and I go on like raving to everyone like, "This is the best song this year. It's gonna do the biggest numbers." Bear in mind, I'm not even in the music business, so I'm like,
But you heard the sound.
I'm like, yeah, this is the shit. Like, if you go to my Snapchat right now, 2017, that was the jam. Like, so now I've always felt like me and my boys at the time we're always tapped into a certain degree. I don't know if you know Mazi C.I. Jizzle, but like, yeah, he was from SC at the time, but you might not know him. But like, we used to be tapped in, Silver, myself, and then we used to say something along the lines. I don't know if anyone had inside gist or we came up with it in our heads, because things like that happen. We always felt like Yonda somehow had a role to play on that song.
Okay.
So I'm just trying to confirm if he did or
sure.
not.
Yeah, so yeah. I'm gonna just tell you how the song came about. I started it. So one thing with Davido is that, you know, Davido has actually written certain songs all by himself. Like, but one thing about him is that, and I think this is just him adapting the techniques of the greats like Michael Jackson and other great artists that we all know. Like I think at one point in your life as an artist, you should never depend on your writing skills, because guess what's going to happen? You're going to start sounding, boring to people. And most of the time, our artists, not everybody around them tells them the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Me, as I am like this, I'm the kind of guy that if Davido can, everybody around Davido can, they can tell him that something like paid for them is, maybe you killed it, blah, blah, blah. It happened in LA last year. There was a song we're working on, and the song was actually supposed to come out. Everybody in the room, Davido, mad, killed it. Davido just looked at me, what do I think? I said, no, I'm not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how I am. I'm a very real guy. So, and the same way I expect someone who I play something for and they're not feeling it to tell me the truth. So, but with David, even if he writes a song, he likes to kind of like make sure that all his lines and everything is singing on the song like enters your soul. So most of the time he would have a second verse, but then he will remove the second verse and say, okay, he's not hitting hard enough, that he wants something maybe that anybody can bring to the table. And it's allowed. It is all allowed, because that's just how music should be. It should not be you trying to write all the songs, because you will run out of ideas. You will burn out. You know what I'm saying? You will burn out at one point. Chris Brown, people write for him.
Yeah.
It's about how you carry the song and perform the song that matters, not about who wrote the song. So at that point, actually, when I first heard that verse, because at that point I was thinking, we have to start pushing this Afrobeat energy to the world, like, So I was always trying to keep all these vernacular lyrics minimal on the songs that I was producing. So I was always looking for like maybe Pidgin or a little bit of Yoruba, but not too much. But when I heard something, I said Z means zero. So when you all say Z, it means zero.
Yeah.
I was like Z. I'm not sure about all these Yoruba P you're putting all this P. It was like, trust me, it's going.
Nah, see, Shiizi, I'm an evil boy, bro. Like, I spent a shit ton of my life even outside of Nigeria. Like, bro, you can imagine that I can rap all the Yoruba in that version. Like, me, you don't even want to, like, let's not even go there, but okay.
Trust me, when I listened to it 2 days after, because I always take my time, when I listened to it 2 days after, I was like, what? This P is actually hard. Man. So I texted him, I said, I can't lie, you were right, this is going. He said, I told you. Me and him will fight a lot though.
That same year, right? That same year, I believe Vinci and Jerry Shaffer showed up to Ghana, and I couldn't just stop saying it to them, man. Like, wow. But I mean, really, it was just the same, man.
So
like,
it was Yonda, but I was not there when...
Confirm. Thank you very much for
it was Yonda that wrote it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Nice.
And he was credited on the song, actually.
Yeah, it was.
I had never looked this up.
Like, he's credited on the song. It's credit
Me
to her
Yonder,
song.
Kido 2 wrote on it.
Mad.
Me Yonder, Kido, Tenny, and David.
Mad.
Fair enough.
David too, he doesn't just, even if you write something for David, he won't just sing it word for word. He will still change things. He will add some words.
And you
He
know
will
that
make it
part
his
where he
own.
goes, "What's cooking in the kitchen?" Right, it's top down. These guys are, oh my god, nah, that's
That song
allowed,
hard.
man. That's
Nah,
Maybe I will do a remix. Maybe I will even do a remix to that song. Maybe I will do like a house remix or
Refix
something.
it.
Yo,
That was a
refix
great
it.
idea by the way.
Refix it. Nah, let's hear that.
Revive it.
Nah, revive it. That song deserves more. That song deserves more. Man.
Okay, so I'm
Anyways,
telling you guys now that we're talking about it, we're gonna do a mashup. We'll do like maybe I'll do like a Alpha House or something mashup.
Mad.
Right
here.
Just a few more things before I yield the mic to other people. Just out of curiosity, what have been your influences in this game, like in this business generally, both as a producer, whatever role you're playing now as an exec? What have been your influences both at the beginning, along the way, now, both locally and internationally, and now? Because like you've gone so far in your career, looking back, who are some people you wish you worked with, like, and who are some people you're looking at these days that, okay, I want to work with this person? Yeah,
that's a loaded
yeah.
one.
So that's a solid question. So my influence is like I've always been, Pharrell, Kanye West,
Nice.
Timbaland was one of my major influences. If you listen to Davido, that beat pattern in Davido, that was actually Timbaland's influence.
yeah, Timbaland, yeah.
I wanted to do hip hop, Fuji pop record. At the time, nobody was doing something like that. So, Timbaland was, he's one of my biggest influences. And then also like when it comes to what was the second question again? Sorry.
The second question is, looking back, who are some people that you wish you worked with, and what people you're looking to work with?
Yeah, so one of the guys that I wished I worked with, I ended up working with, and I was so like mind blown when it happened. That was Chris Brown. Thanks to Davido for making that happen.
Blow my mind.
Then also like Rihanna, man. I really tried to work with Rihanna. I really tried my best to work with Rihanna, but I don't know. Maybe it will still happen. But I don't think she wants to.
Yeah, at this point.
I don't think she cares anymore.
Man, like, you're going to get down your knees.
Yeah, I really wish I worked with Rihanna.
Nice.
Also, like I wish that one person I've actually never worked with is Burna Boy. But we always talk about it every time we see. But I don't know if it's ever going to happen. But
right.
I wish like we were able to work together.
Right.
But and then who else, man? I basically like maybe come across everybody in game. I think right now, like I really feel like me and Omale will kill it. And me and Wima will kill it if it happens.
Mad.
These days, I don't even know if they like to work with we OGs again. Yeah. These OGs, they're not hot again. Remember Jazzy said it. Jazzy said, when he played that booty bounce.
That bounce record, yeah.
He didn't even believe that they were always up on the beat. These days, me, I always feel like, when you're an OG, all these boys, they look at you like, you're not hot anymore.
That's funny.
I work with the young guys.
That's funny.
Then I think just to wrap it up here, what would you say is your view towards the ease to which people can get in the industry? Like in your time now, you see how you describe being like able to or having to come down here, go to Lekki, record in the studio, spend a lot of time with Mohit. You recorded Dami during 2011. It came out 2012.
Yeah.
The processes were a lot more different on the scene.
It's different now.
Yeah. Now it's like I'm in North America. Okay, let's link Europe. Like you don't have to see the person. You put out a great record. It's out there. It's going. What do you have to say about how that affects the scene?
I think for me is really like, how do I say? For me, ever since I started making music, man, I think the best music I've made is when I'm in the studio with the artists. Mm-hmm. Because when you're in the studio with the artists and when you are like working in remote is two different. It's always all different things. Because when you're in the studio, you can actually feed off
the
energy of the artist to kind of tap into what they are looking for, and you guys can actually cook it together. Or even if you have it already made, you can feel it from their energy. You guys can, walk into it together like a journey. Like, okay, let's just go on this journey. Let's take people to this. Let's bring this into the let's sample this record. It's a more fun experience for me as a producer, and I think that's what's missing now in the game is that I feel like the fast send me beats. I'll go and record it in the studio. Everybody can record now in their house. Everybody can record now on the computer or whatever, which is cool. It makes the work faster. But what it's doing is that it's killing like that. How to say it. That
the
soul and
synergy
and the chemistry and spiritual connection that you're supposed to have with the artist that you're working with. I feel like that's what's
I think to even add to that, one thing that is taken away from us is some level of attention to detail.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody just sends beats now.
And there's obvious post-production too that can be happening, right? So it's like those things are missing.
But some artists still prefer to be in a session with you, like Olamide, for example.
Okay.
It prefers to be in a session with you.
Yeah, you mentioned Fireboy too, right? In your Peru Club. Yeah.
I think a bunch of artists like but some don't mind. They just send you beats, blah blah. I don't like sending beats. Actually, when people hit me up like, "Oh, send me beats," I will send them the beat. But in my mind, I'm like, I don't like sending beats because I believe like being in the studio with you will make me and you to actually work more magical sound out of the studio.
Nice. Makes sense. Real quick, appreciate.
Thank you so much. Thank you. You're the mic.
Appreciate it, Harvey. I don't know if Chibi still wanted to go ahead or we close with Dante.
Yeah, I still have one or two questions real quick for Shiizi. I'll try and be quick.
Go.
Yeah, Shiizi, first of all, I want to say that shout out to you. Very expressive and well-spoken. Like, you've actually given us great insights into your work and what you've done. So, shout out to you for that. Then my first question was working with in the Mohit house. How was that? Like, just working with all of them, who would you say like was like the most talented or just like really busted your brain on the most like basis? I mean, you said you had Wiz coming, you had David coming, the band Wande, and just like being in the mix of all these guys, who did you see that? Because I know that obviously what gets released is obviously affected by marketing and all these other things, but who in terms of like musical value did you just like were really impressed with on a daily basis?
So like I said, Wizkid had a room. Wizkid was always coming. He was living in Ogudu then. But then Ogudu with at the AME house. But he used to come. So most of the time he would come spend like 2 days, 3 days, and then go back. So I was with Bijano. I was with Bijano. You guys know Bijano now.
Of course, Shayo classic, right?
I think he said in one interview that he regrets not signing with Mohit. I think he had an opportunity to and he didn't. So
every 1st of August we remember him for sure. Like it's a thing.
You guys, I don't even want to.
I was about to say something very crazy. I was like, we're not all Madame Jersey.
Yo, come on.
Another Asha moment, my sister.
Yeah, Bijano, like he's like he's like the guy that was taking me around to Don Jazzy to the band. So in that house then, right? In that house then, the band and Don Jazzy were not staying in the house. They had moved to Lekki.
Okay.
From the house to stay on by on their own. They were not. The boys were not staying with them. One day was not there. The Prince was not there. I'm not sure. But it was just one day that was in the house then, and maybe the Prince, I think, But then David too would come once in a while, So I think in the house it was just really one day. One day we just start freestyling for like almost 2 hours non-stop.
Yeah.
Wizkid too would come sometimes. So one day Wizkid we start freestyling, or Bijano is there too. 3 of them freestyling. The Prince too freestyle every second. Our phones then.
This sounds like Afrobeat to Mecca, bro. This is insane.
I have some of them on my phone.
Insane.
Mad, and then mad freestyles. So it's those freestyles that he will now listen to maybe and I'll pick some vibes from me and make new songs.
That's crazy.
So it was literally like also in the household, and then Jazzy, everybody was like, oh, nobody sits on this Jazzy chair, blah, blah, blah.
That's crazy.
Jazzy, that seat, when Jazzy sits on that seat, a hit's coming out. So that was the same thing that was sit on while I'm making beat for the Prince, making beat for everybody. I was sit on the seat.
What were some of the songs that you remember? What were some of the songs that you remember sitting in the session? I said like what were some of the songs that you remember sitting in the session
that
of?
Same seat that I sat was when I made Loma Baby now for Wizkid.
Yeah. But I mean,
it's the same day.
Yeah, from the Moit era, were there any other records that you witnessed the sessions from?
No. I was not. Look, the Moit. So when did I come to Nigeria? I came to Nigeria like 2008.
2008, yeah.
That's 2010.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think 2010. I can't remember what exactly was happening. But Wande
had just dropped. Just dropped Mission to Moit 2009. Yeah.
And those guys, we saw them as like gods, so
gotcha.
Just being in the house alone, gingered everybody, even if I was laying down on the floor, sleeping in the studio, I was just always gingered, always motivated, like, if these guys can do it, man, I can also do it. If Jazzy can do it, I can also do it. But never would I would never have thought that I was going to also like wake up one day and say I want to start my own label or anything. But I just knew that I had what it took to get me to this level. But one thing that I would remember is like a lot of people that I told that I could do it didn't believe, and I just knew that I had to prove to them that I had what it takes.
Beautiful.
Shizzi, I was going to ask one more question about Every Time. I think Wizkid and Future.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think you produced that record. I know it's not officially out on like streaming record.
I don't even know what to say about that song. I produced the song. I produced it. That was one of the songs that I never even finised. That I really like. I really like. I actually opened up to Wiz about it. I was like, this doesn't make like I don't like this. Like it was literally a loop.
But it was a great song. Was there a reason that like it just never came out officially? Because I know it dropped on Apple Music one time and then it kind of went down, and I know there's a SoundCloud version on it, and it's still like a very like a cult classic. People know of it very much, you know.
Well, I'll say that maybe it was not cleared properly, because that time like everybody was trying to find a way to just do this cross-boundary features where we trying to take Afrobeat to the world and all that. But I don't think it was the label. I don't think the label really like saw any potential in whatever. I don't know, but they didn't clear the record shop, because I remember Wiz telling me that he's shooting the video, blah blah blah, Iman Future or whatever. But the video never happened. So I think Future's label probably didn't clear the record.
Right.
I think that's why Wiz couldn't do anything with it.
Gotcha.
And me too on my own end too. I didn't like how it came out.
How the record came together, right?
Yeah, I didn't like it because I didn't even finish that beat, man. It was just like a 8-bar loop, man, that we just took and, they just sang the whole thing on. I didn't even get a chance to even work on the beat.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all good.
Gotcha. Thank you so much, Fury. I know we had Dante, and then we'll close with Vladimir.
Vladimir had his hand up for a long time.
Okay, Vladimir, what's good?
I do good, big bro. Firstly, normally if I enter here, they won't commend you first, man. It's not easy. What you're doing for us,
bro. Guy. I beg, it's not my time right now, but thank you, bro.
Music means a lot to us. Music means a lot to us. So bringing these people here, guy, that's what they need sometimes to lift our spirits.
Appreciate you,
big
man.
Love for you, honestly.
Appreciate you, man.
Belma, big shout out to.
Yes.
Shiizi. It is not easy for this industry. No play. Me, I'm not here to ask you questions. So everybody knows your big name. I'm here to give you your flowers. It's not easy.
Thank you so much, bro. It's not easy, bro.
You play. Like 15 years. 15 significant years. Guy, what are you guys saying? Like, is it play? Is this thing joke?
For real, man. From
go low to wasted to baby face. Waiting, this guy give us hit. Skelewu cause madness for this country. Somewhere to dance Skelewu. Guy, this is not normal. Guy, I'm talking to Shizzi. Guy, I don't believe him. All these my dreams. And they boss me, they moss me for real. Almost Shizzi, collect them, you too much. I'm not
sometimes we need.
I'm not here to whine you. Blah blah blah.
We need to hear this, man. To really sometimes we need to hear encouragements like this. So I appreciate.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, the flowers. I mean, the flowers have been there, especially since the SARS Shiizi lockdown session. I could never forget that session with
Never
SARS,
in my life,
man.
like 15 years.
Shiizi they were just going back and forth, and I'm like, yeah, the catalog is deep.
And he not even do time like saying no, they go anywhere. He's not even behaving as if he wants to rest anytime soon. Baba won't kill us with heat. What will happen?
The thing is, let me just say this before we even like. The thing is, like, for people like us, me, SARS, and people like
Mastercraft.
Master. Like we are like before we even became producers, we were musicians. You know, we were playing in church.
Yep, drums.
You know, what I'm saying? We were playing drums, keyboard, bass, everything. So it's like we were musicians. So even if we didn't become producers, we would have passed as musicians forever still, because it was something that we were doing every day.
Right.
So, but I think you know, in Nigeria or even the rest of the world, sometimes when you know people have been in the game for long, and obviously new people will come now.
Yeah.
They just kind of like the attention will always shift to the new guys, but people like us, like one thing that I would say for myself, especially, and even SARS and every other guy that's on this level that I'm on, is like we know where the sound is going. And if you are the kind of producer that, you know, you didn't sleep on yourself, you kept working on yourself, you always know where the sound is going. So, you know, you can still be a part of what's going on, except if maybe you diverted into something else and this doesn't interest you anymore. But people like me, it's only when I say that, okay, I'm not actually interested in making music anymore, that's when I can retire or whatever. But until then, you know, the wheels are not falling off anytime soon. You know, this new record that came out, I produced this. Many other ones that you hear, you'll be like, what?
Right.
Because we just know where the music is going. We started it anyway. So shout out to Jazzy, shout out to, you know, him too, because he also played very major role in inspiring us. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So my question is not musically related, Sha. I just want to ask, like, on your way to the top, guy, because everybody knows where you did with the upper echelons now. I mean, nobody want you. You're on your way to the, I see.
That's funny.
On your way to the top there, guy, how you handle plenty rejection? Because I know say plenty people will tell you no.
Good question.
They did, but a lot of people told me no, man. A lot of people. I think in life, in general, nothing is going to, I mean, like I was saying today, right, to my team, like, they're not just going to hand over the keys to us because we have Shizzi, you know, on board, or maybe like for every level that you get to in life, you always have to fight to get to your next level. So if you're starting at fresh, like you think you're just gonna come to the game and you just, because you have a nice voice, or you can make beats, they're just gonna say, yeah, you're going to have to, you know, put up with a lot of, you know, challenges. You know, especially in Nigeria, and it's even hard. I remember when I used to, like, I was living in Oba. I wish we call me that I should come to their house in Ogudu. I'll climb bike, go to Ogudu. One day, what they call it, our boss even jammed me on top bike. You know, where I fall, where I just go hospital, everything. I still made my way to Wizkid that day because the album was wrapping up, and I had to be on that album by all means. You know, so like in life, you just have to fight, and you know, for every level, every situation you find yourself, you have to fight. Especially if you have what it takes, to actually become someone. Then you know that you have to fight.
Yeah, I have what it takes, so no one.
You have to fight. You have to fight.
Big love, really mean a lot to me.
Part of the game.
Lastly,
Vladimir, I beg.
Lastly, I beg me, I'm not afraid to fly you, Shizzi. No worry, I no go spam you link, I no be musician. If you go follow the boy back, make I dey show you my work. I'm into crazy design.
No, I'll follow.
Love it, man.
It's too much.
Love it,
thank you guys so much.
Love it. Real quick, Dante, I don't know if you still have
bro, I have questions, but like, bro, because of time.
Yes. But
yeah, like the first thing is like I'm. So like one, you guys have spoken about how great like that is. It's also one of my top Davido moments. That and Babioshi, and that's the reason. Like those are the Shiizi works that makes me have a lot of respect for him. And put him just up there, just among like Nigerian producer, anything ever. Like those two records were just insane at moments where they came into my life or they came on my radar. And the question I wanted to ask was the Davido has a sentiment about Son of Mercy, and I know Shizzi was
Yes.
responsible for I think it was Return and Bagyoshi, right? I think that's the
Yes.
title of the record.
Yes.
And I wonder if Shizzi has that same sentiment because that project Son of Mercy made me a Davido fan, right? And also Bagyoshi being the first record was just like, okay, now I'm a like who produced this? Like that was my distance because from the arrangements to everything to even the video keeping up with like the energy that song was something. So I just wanted to know if Shizzi has the same sentiment of Davido says he doesn't really like the project. And me, I'm like that project is great. Right. So I was wondering what Shizzi thinks of it.
Oh, okay, yeah. For that, yeah. So at the end of the day, how I see it is like, just like a game, you're not always going to, in this game, you're not always everything. You will not always have to win all the time. There's some times that you probably have to take a hell, and then learn from it and all that. I think Davido was just at the point then where he was signed to Sony Music, and they didn't understand what to do with our sound then. It was an early signing, just like I was with Sony ATV. They didn't know what to do with us. They just signed us because they just probably felt maybe they, this is what people put out. They always like see the future, like how maybe these Afro people will pick up one day. They just sign these people, whatever. So they signed us, but they didn't know what to do with the music. I remember going into meetings and they were trying to control Davido's music, trying to bring songwriters to come and write pop music for him, trying to bring songwriters to come and write hip hop music and all that. That was even like time that we made many records that was not even on that Son of Mercy. There were many records we made that were pop records, sounding like Justin Bieber and all that. But at the end of the day, like I feel like there was just too many people putting their mouths in low key, like trying to like get involved and all that. And it didn't really come from a place of we're just having fun, like how we used to do it when we made all these other big records. It was more like we were being influenced by people's opinions and stuff, arguing, will this sound go, will this sound not go, blah, blah. We're all in a confused place,
right.
So that project is not something that I also listen to anymore because I just kind of feel like, it didn't really do anything. So, like, even though Bagyoshi beats, it's one of the hardest beats that I think I've ever made.
Right.
Because Infusion Fella and stuff with it, But the entire project, I don't know, it wasn't just perceived well, It is what it is, man. You win some, you lose some.
Bro, I have a follow-up question on Bagyoshi, but we don't have time tonight, unfortunately. And I know that we definitely could have gone further in terms of the line of questioning. So I really, I can't emphasize this enough, but I really thank you for sharing these stories, these backstories to the space that we love.
Me too.
Bro, the space that we love, like you've been a big part of it, and I big ups to you for making time to share it with us, man. So yeah, man, looking forward to the endeavors with OBG, man. Looking forward to tapping into the new artist. Maybe they can come in to obviously introduce themselves at some point too. Like that would be good.
Yes.
Yeah,
that
man.
would be great. That would be amazing.
Amazing stuff tonight. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Appreciate you. All love, man. Appreciate you.
I follow you. All love, bro.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys. Bye. God bless you.
Bye. Have a good night. God bless you too, man. Appreciate you. Bye. Nice. Man, tonight, bro, we've had, like, I don't even know how we can follow up. We have some time left. We still have some time to cover new music, and I hope that we still have the energy to, please, everybody. We're about to get into new Lojay.
Me, I'm mount here. I know they're going to mount here. They want me.
Man. Anyway, man. Yeah, no, we have a lot of new music, of course. lots of music to dive into. But high priority or high on the list. Lojay, debut album, finally out. What's the energy? What are the thoughts so far for the speakers on the stage? I'm going to share my thoughts already. But yeah, Bella, let's share it.
For an album that's been long awaited, there's nothing wrong with the album. I don't think like fundamentally there's anything wrong with the album. It would have worked better if it came earlier. That's what I have to say about that. There are a few takeaways on there. A lot of the singles that dropped they sound fabulous. I know everybody's loving the Tyler record Memories. I think my favorite run on the project, let me even look at it. I think it's everything after, might be everything after Memories, or yeah, I think it's everything after Memories. From like Memories to like Suru or Alright. The first half of the album seemed pretty good. I think they're good takeaway songs. I think one of the issues and one of the things I will say is that there's a lot of overthinking and politics when it comes to music, and it's also very obvious when it comes to like debut projects, especially for debut projects for artists that are promising. It's so funny because like I can reckon this entire like run to when everybody was talking about what's his name? When everybody was talking about Rema dropping his debut album. So like right now where we're at, I'm not too worried about where like this album is gonna take Lojay, because it's not a bad album. I actually think it's a good album, but I think like what a lot of people were expecting, especially considering how long it took, was greatness. And I would just say this is good. And that's where
okay
with the album.
All right. Anyone else feel the same way? It's on the same page or the opposite?
Alhamdulillah to life, Lojay finally dropped. God, that man has given me heart palpitations. You go give me this, no, can't give me this, bro. I've gone through it. But the first thing I will say is that regardless of anything, the one thing that Lojay has always been able to do and consistently showed he could do on this album, that man is top 3 pen in the game right now.
Exactly.
What a guy, man.
He can write for days. That's
what
the
a
thing you can't take away from the
amazing
album.
writer. Like, bro, like I'm listening to some of the things he's saying. Like for me, it's not even like the stuff he's saying is so like mind-blowing. It's the way he chooses to weave the words. Like he will go and find some obscure reference and it's like, bro, who the hell would have thought to even use that as a reference for this thing that you are saying? So yeah, again, amazing, phenomenal writer. I personally love the project. It's possible that my Lojay bias is showing, but I love the project. I think the only thing I would say that I did not love was the run from 2 to 5. That song, songs 2 to 5, I think they could have been rearranged to fit better in the album. But other than
Thank you very much, Pepe.
Yeah, that's the only part that I did not enjoy, especially for a person who loves Moi. Like I love that Moi song. See, that's all I listened to for like a solid month when it first came out. So I love the record. I just did not love the placement within the album, especially when like you do Saleh, then I think it goes into Shiva, then it does Moi, and then it goes right back into that like.
It was tenor and then more. It was tenor and then more.
Yeah. So it's like it's still more high. So I didn't like that break in transmission. Like I have rearranged it on my personal playlist because that's what I think.
Nice.
Bro, I'm telling you, you do Saleh into Shiva, into tenor, into what's it called, body, and then into Moi.
Yeah.
We're into something. So yeah, I love the records. Like tenor sounds even better on the album.
Bro, it did.
I liked the song before, but within the context of the album, I love it. I'm like, brother.
Thank you very much, Pepe.
Nice.
It's only you that can actually do such things. What's it called? What other records do I love? I love Saleh. I thought that was a really good intro. Very, very, gets you in the feels, if you will. Very soulful.
I'm bold to start with that too. It was crazy to start with that.
Bruh. What's it called? I like Shiva. I like Body. Then, is it a Lojay album if we don't get a dirty record. Hey, God. I had Mr.
Miss Mariana. Yeah.
I said, Mr. Mark, what are you doing here with this? I have a theory about this. I've said it on ATTW, but if it
on NMF, you mean?
Huh?
On New Music Friday, you mean?
Yes, I mean on New Music Friday. My God, my bad. I have a theory about Miss Mariana, and if my theory is correct, I just want it to be known that if it is correct, Lojay is an insane individual. Cause wow, wow. So yeah, Miss Mariana, I love the record. It's very like reminiscent of like the kind of like approach he had on like a Turn On Go, right? So like that like slowed down, like it's not reggae I would even call it, but he sure knows what he be doing. So Miss Mariana, I loved. Then I think if there's any record here, like if there's any record on this project I don't love, maybe it's Change You Up. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Maybe I've just gotten to a place where like crowd vocals just don't do much for me anymore. So once I start hearing crowd vocals, my brain is just like, oh God, we have to do this again. Like his parts on it, amazing. The crowd vocals come in and I cannot be bothered. Then he does Jericho, and you can tell this boy went to church. He was paying attention. He's on the school. Bro, this man was giving Shadrach, Meshach, Abednego, in the fire, Jericho. I said, this is a man this is a man of God. I'm into that. I thought Want You was a perfect interlude. Like
perfection. Good way to break the sequence, man. I love it.
From the more high tempo stuff into the more, kind of like again feelings and slow down and all that stuff. The record with Tyler again. Who could have thought that Lojay and Tyler on the record who could make me feel the way I feel? I said again, this man's pen ridiculous, and I think everything culminates to what I think is probably one of the best records on that album, Sawa, Jesus.
Sawa, yeah.
Lojay and Victoni.
Sawa, baby.
I could not see. He was giving aura for aura, or half for nubu. Pen versus pen.
Victoni, man.
It was giving, like, bro, you get two of the craziest pens with amazing melodies on a record, and you end up with a song like Sour. Like, I also want it to be known that ending outro for Sour, diabolical. Incredibly diabolical. Like, what do you mean? I'm not here to come and tell you that I'm in love with you. I just want to sleep with you. I said... He said, I'm not here to tell you I'm in love with you. I'm not trying. I just want to sleep with you. I said, first, man, I love the honesty. So, yeah, personally, I love the project. I think I have, like, of the 14, I think I have, like, half of it on my playlist. And that's just, like, on my own personal playlist. I've gone back to the album a number of times, and he's just, wow.
Mad.
I love the project, so, yeah.
Sorry, real fast on thank you, Pepe, for pointing it out specifically, but I truly have said this over and over again, but justice for Victoni, justice for Stubborn.
Justice for Stubborn, for real, man.
I think that
justice for Stubborn. You guys are here.
Do not give Victoni the credits that he deserves. Like somebody said it during the Turntable Top 10. But Victoni and Wizkid are having a crazy future run.
Yeah.
And I think Victoni came out and ate that. Like, I was literally just thinking about the Victoni verse on the Fola project.
Yeah, the Buju one too.
Yeah,
it's
so
crazy.
Like I think like Lojay delivered with this project. For sure he delivered. I think it's just It's gonna be very interesting to see how everybody receives it, because I know there were a lot of people that were more excited maybe a year ago, and I'm not excited right now.
Right. Yeah, I guess that goes beyond the music in itself, but yeah, I think that would be interesting to see and observe reception towards it. But I definitely hear that. Any other thoughts before we check out Peruzzi real quick?
Quick one, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Quick one. what Pepe said is pretty much what I was gonna say. Like,
nice.
Amazing songs on the album. Like, I really enjoyed a lot of songs. And if you notice lately, I haven't spoke a lot about new music because, like, for me, it's like I need time to consume some of these things. But like, there is a problem that I've kind of clocked this year with the scene. In my opinion, this is my personal opinion. I think we're having a serious album arrangement problem in the industry. On this scene, it's kind of confusing to see that we've grown this industry to this point, and then this is a problem we're having. I don't think it's an issue where you don't have the songs to create the sequence that's required. They do, but they're just not getting it right, and it's making me question so many things. Like, is it that they don't care, or they get so stressed out by the process that when they leave it to the last thing they do? But there is an album arrangement problem where they're just not getting it very much right at the moment, and I can't wrap my head around it. and Adekunle Gold is someone I respect a lot because look what he did. Like, pretty much tried, so far this second half of the year, that's the one album I would say, or the one project I said they can arrange it to a certain degree pretty decently. But this Lojay arrangement, Pepe, she said it all, like, she feels that part should have been arranged better. And I feel like it extends even almost to the end of the project. Like, you had the tools, why didn't you arrange it properly? I can't wrap my head around it, but yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Dante, you have your hand up on this?
Yeah, I have more than just a little thing to say. First of all, concerning arrangements, this is not a critic to anyone, but like, you're not the artist. So like, unless it comes to come and explain what exactly the plot is.
This could happen?
I think there is a plot. Bro, this guy dropped a what's the word, XOXO movie or documentary thing on his YouTube, and I think I spoke about it.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm having trouble breathing for some reason. Yeah, and I can't watch that video yet because I know it's going to trigger certain emotions I don't want to feel right now. And those emotions are the exact things that Loki scared me going into the project. But then the project had a lot of club records, so I didn't feel as much like, let's say, is the word is not introspect. Like, I don't feel like the turmoil of thinking about like sad romantic context and very mid-tempo records. I didn't get enough of that to feel like, oh, okay, like this thing. But those videos, yeah, they dramatic.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one. Two. Pepe said something about crowd vocals on "Change You Up." I don't think those were necessarily crowd vocals because I get it, right? But and I also understand your critical sentiment. Obviously, it's 100%. I get that. Like, sometimes you hear crowd vocals and you're like, oh, okay, here we go again. You know, shout out to Ashake. He had a bar on 230 where he said, I don't know, you know what Ashake is?
Yeah, Ashake, yeah, I'm the uniform.
Yeah, so that was one of like the craziest Afrobeat bars ever because it literally is like people, instead of just saying you're copying my style, he said such an African thing that it was like, I'm like, nah.
Mojo Ashake.
Yeah, so, but that was like basically choir arrangements. A lot of crowd vocals don't necessarily have harmonies in them. While I recognize the way the vocals are engineered and arranged and can be reminiscent of what crowd vocals is, that didn't give me crowd vocals vibe.
Let me remember how that goes.
Sorry?
Okay, I'm trying to remember how the vocals went. Yeah, I want your love.
Yeah,
don't let them change. Okay, yeah, there was harmony on Don't Let Them Change You Up.
There were a lot of harmonies on. It wasn't just, I'm pulling my guys together and all of them shouting at the mic at the same time.
Yeah, there was harmonies on that.
I like that, and then it fits into the arrangement. But then the song, that sonic environment is very much reminiscent of Arizona, which was produced by P Prime. Right, like if
crazy record,
Arizona record, because
yeah, man,
this is like the energy,
bro.
You know, of Kojupa, like the word Lojay was. This is the exact energy. There are so many things. First of all, shout out Kaziz.
Shout out to Kaziz on the run of Pen. Okay.
And Kaziz Oladapo Kazis were involved on a couple other records, which I'll get into.
Yeah.
Both of all three, making four, I guess, and then Feed also they were on my my jam on this project. I first off like listening to Feed's verse, I was like, okay, like it's calm, like it's not like anything that was it was crazy, but like it's not big rap.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
then
yeah.
it became a situation whereby it was glaring to me that Lojay got a Feed record, understood that I have Feed on this. I'm not just going to do it just to do it. I'm going to take it a level up. So that by the time somebody, this is my own POV at the end of the day. By the time somebody finish playing this record, they are going to leave here asking who the fuck is Lojay.
Yeah.
You get me? Like that was the energy that record. I've spun his parts like so many times, especially when it was just going nuts. Sampling Oble is also so brilliant, and he found on so many records. They found dynamic for such a I want to say pop situation. I don't know, like that was the first coming to my head. Pop situation.
Right.
They found so many dynamics on so many records on this project, and I just think like it's brilliant, right? The thing of it wasn't an issue with Tenor because I also recognized Tenor as okay, this is what it was when it dropped, but in my own ear, like there was a lack of hills and valleys, or better said, lack of build up and peak for me when it came to Tenor. Like it was like this thing and it was that thing in like a brilliant way. But then so many records made up for that. So it's a situation of if you recognize this song for what it is, and if you're looking for a lot more dynamics, there are so many records to go to. Now to Jericho, which was like a brilliant moment, like just vocal performance and so many things. I think there is if they wrote on it, that was cool. But I think one of the reasons it got Kazis, they have writing credit there, is because they have a record called Jericho that I think got interpolated. So the part that was going for like Wall of Jericho is literally like in fact I think it's how
they got credit.
Yeah, I don't know got credit, but I think he just re-sung and I was fired. There's like black culture and thick chemistry, bro. Like so many moments on this project with black culture. There was a record with Omzi. There was the outro with him almost like rapping. That was all right, and I really just enjoyed that moment. I don't know. It's also like making me see the community within the industry is also making music with. I think that makes sense. Which is very SARS adjacent still, but I don't know. I just felt like that was very late, and I just felt like I like that. But yeah,
nice,
man, like
nice.
I think this is a dope project. And I'm also like, hey, I'm gonna spend time a lot on this project and listen to it also so that I can appreciate it more because I don't want to downplay the brilliance. Do you grab just because it just not just because it took time or because of how people are going to receive it.
Yeah,
I want to be able to like enjoy this one. Like, nah, this guy really did something because I think this is a great body of work.
Right.
Do you grab? So and lucky this evening I was lucky. It's crazy to say, but I was even praying on this project. I'm like, bro, whatever it is that is the barrier over this man's career, I genuinely wish it doesn't exist.
Yeah.
You get me? I don't want because perception is the game.
Perception is the game for sure. Yeah.
I don't want all those like the conversation will be happen, but I don't want all
those vain materialistic like metrics to be the
exactly.
Yeah.
I want him to like because he's going on tour with this record. Like I know these records are going to slap, and he's a good performer. So I want this record to do wonders because the artwork is
it's there. There's a lot of effort.
Standpoint, the care for detail is also like glaring to me too. So but one thing I do wish is if he comes and share what the story is because he said he wants people to leave this project feeling like they could fall in love again. But again, it's very subjective. But I'm not saying I have to get that. But what I got, like, it is very Lojay. Like it is very Lojay. I'm Lojay, and this is my life. Like welcome into my superstar lifestyle. That's what I got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, I've been going back to the album personally. I mean, I did the live stream on Friday when it dropped, but yeah, man, there's a lot to work with on this album. I'm excited to see where it could go for him. It's honestly, I'm just on the personal notes, just because I don't want to ramble about the album again after doing the live stream. It's definitely one of my favorites this year. It's going to be one of my, probably the one I go back to more often. But I'm looking forward to how...
Is this the most, album of the year of any years we've ever gotten? Because I don't know.
What do you mean? In terms of the most album of the year?
It's never been, less glaring from just the musical standpoint.
From the musical standpoint?
Not success.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
okay.
From the music standpoint.
Interesting. Okay, you think it's glaring for you?
No, I think it's never been less glaring. It is not...
Oh, okay. It's not glaring.
Not
Gotcha. It's not your face. Yeah. It's like what it wasn't Ease last year.
Okay, that was another conversation.
Ease last year. Are you kidding me, bro?
That was another conversation.
Dante, what was the album of the year last year in 2024?
We'll have to down.
Dante, it's a simple question. What was the album of the year?
I still have to think of the album that dropped last year.
Oh, I can refresh your memories right now.
Yeah, saying African album from last year, because my album of last year was not a...
Okay, come on. All right, it's called Afrobeat to the world, my guy.
But it is on my top 5.
This niggas. Anyway, man, let me not even bother.
It's up there.
Let me not even bother. Yeah. No, I hear you.
You can mention it, and me, I'm like, okay, but there are so many, because they all these artists, their style of music is clear to me that these people are doing different things.
Yeah.
So what I took from this person is not what I'm getting from this person. Does that make sense? There's nobody that is eating all the things I'm doing. They just don't.
Yeah, let's leave some time for Peruzzi.
I sound like a music elitist, but anyway.
Aren't we all? Did we establish the fact that we're all music snobs here tonight? Isn't that what was the...
That's the thing. We're actually very accommodating. We're very accommodating. Bro, if the conversations that we're having on Twitter this week, I was trying... Bro,
nah, man, we're snobs as hell, bro. Let's wear it. Let's wear it, bro. That's what you guys have said. I'm kidding. I know. I'm kidding, man. But anyways, man, we got another album, significant drop as well. Peruzzi, I didn't get to hear everything, which was crazy. And funny enough, after the live stream, Peruzzi hit me up actually. I said that he was vexed that I didn't start from the top with the album, because I was all over the place with the album because of time. But I got to touch on some of the records. I got to touch on the significant features I looked out on that I wanted to personally hear. I wanted to hear the Davido, the obvious one, the DMW reunion. I wanted to hear that. But I also wanted to tap into Kemo and the Caveman records. Those were the ones I was able to cover. And so far, heat on every one of those records I talked about. The Peruzzi album is looking good. Just from a standpoint of Bedu. My big setback from the ones I checked out was the DMW one, to be honest. It feels overtly familiar and kind of dated, but it's always nice to see those names on the record yet again, from a sentimental standpoint. But overall, man, let me open the floor for you guys. We know we don't have too much time, but I'm curious. Anyone tap into the Peruzzi album in full scale, not unlike me? Have you heard it? Have you taken it in? What are thoughts?
Like you, I'm even worse than you, because I only listened to one record yet. And I told myself I was gonna get to it.
Which one was that?
But it was the Esoterica record.
What?
That.
Oh, the Zlatan. I forgot to mention that, bro. Zlatan,
time of my life.
Rap verse of the year contender. Insane verse, man. Bro, I dropped the clip for that one. Bro, that was insane. Zlatan's moment there was, yeah, man, hip-hop moment, bro. Hip-hop moment. So many genres with Peruzzi every time. I remember getting laughed out when I said Rum and Boogie was top 3 in 2021. Even though, yes, it was still Ira's 19 and Dangerous for me. But people were snobbish towards the idea of Peruzzi having one of the best albums that year. And I think he might have another one depending on how things go with this one again. But regardless, I would hold back any of my Peruzzi bias that seems to appear every time now. But how is everyone else feeling?
Fine,
man?
but I just realized we're having two different conversations. You were talking about the Zlatan record. I was not.
Sorry, you said the El Suco Guapo, no?
Esoterica. Do you know who Esoterica is?
The Esoterica record, the artist Esoterica.
Yeah, the art. No, so she's featured on the song.
Oh, okay.
Time of My Life.
What's the name of the song? What's the name of the song? Okay, Esoterica. Gotcha. I'm not familiar with Esoterica.
Okay, so that was the first song I went to.
Oh, she's alt, eh?
Yeah, she is.
I'm kidding.
No, you're not kidding, and you're right. You're not kidding. Sorry, I'm deciding for you that you're not kidding.
Okay.
But anyways, that record was really fire. I don't know if he was rapping on the Zlatan record, but he was rapping here.
Okay. Damn.
You know the way Joe B like fits like a pocket on the NSC Cypher thing with the comes out this fall.
Mm-hmm.
He had something similar, not the flow, the idea of like keeping it where it was, and it made sense. Like I didn't get bored. Like it was so good, and Esoterica did that thing. So it was actually the first record that I've played and only record I've played so far. So after I heard that, I was like, yeah, I definitely need to check out this album.
Mad. All right. Dope stuff, man. Any other thoughts on Peruzzi before we call it a night? Any other people here? Pepe, Harvey, Belema?
I don't feel like give you. I've not listened
to the album.
Listened to on New Music Friday. Yeah.
Fair enough.
I haven't gone back yet.
Just a real run of other releases. If anyone tapped into Kumi, My Brother. That's one I didn't get to. Okay.
I got to that.
All right, Dante, best in listener. Let's go.
Industry.
Oh my god, it's a good song. But yeah, Pepe, you're more industry than me. But anyways, it's a really calm record. Also interesting to see him go in this direction. That like production wise, I feel like there's Kumi could go anywhere. That's just the thing I got from
this record, right?
The first project. Not even the first.
From the first project,
yeah. But this is also like, you know that you're biased for post-blow music, like, oh, this is my life now post momentum, like momentum.
To be able to talk about
it. He has that going on.
Nice.
For a little bit, yeah.
Nice. All right. Looking forward to hearing it. I know there was a bit of a interesting promo running into that song, because there was a clip of him talking about his brother and his cigarette use, right?
He did. There was a radio interview and there was a video that came out of it.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was intended, like, because it's connected to the title, My Brother. Was it in some way, was it kind of aligned in the song? Because I haven't heard the song again.
So I'm mostly getting like awesome music.
What'd you say?
Awesome music, like
awesome music. Okay.
No, not awesome. HUSTLE. The sentiment like the Afro Adura guys hold on their record. That is what Kumi is having here.
Okay.
Cool. And get your Amapiano like shakers and just very post 2021 pop production.
Okay. But
Afrobeat pop production.
But you know what I was asking about, right? Is the sentiment around the song.
Yeah, I get that, but like that's just maybe in the title. I didn't really.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe I got to check the lyrics again, but no.
Gotcha.
I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, we are getting more of the story, because for the most part, it's been kind of mysterious in a way.
Okay.
Like it's not in your face all the time, but if you're paying attention, it is at the end of the day. But it's not. You're not just everywhere. So yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's just not coming to my radar. I'm the one not paying attention. It might be my fault, but yeah.
All right, no problem. I mean, that was what I was kind of would be looking out for, because I was trying to correlate that to that story,
Yeah, but it is a good song.
Okay. All right. Beautiful to know. Anyone tap into New Joe Boy and Ryby? Oh, sorry, and Showday. Not Ryby now, because we've heard that one already. Joe Boy dropped a new song with Showday called Ring. Anyone tap in? All right, noted. Ribena dropped an EP. I got to hear one of the songs, the one featuring Chief Dr. Said Oshukwa. I have to add those ones, man. But anyway, man, yeah, that was another drop that maybe some of the music snobs here didn't necessarily have the range to tap it. I'm kidding. I appreciate everybody.
So because I'm not street correspondent.
Because I see, I'm looking for street correspondents, man. Where's Taj when you need him, bro? Anyway, I'm done.
Street correspondents like tweet about he tweeted about the Ribena
record.
So yeah, I thought he would come and talk about it. But
yeah, we did, honestly, frankly, don't even have enough time. To be fair,
it's Canadian Thanksgiving. So
yeah, and also he's, I don't know if it's worth spilling the bag, but he's also going for the listening for Shewa's album. Okay, Shewa is releasing an album. Friend of the space, Shewa. Lagos Love Shewa. Lagos Love and Shewa. So we're looking forward to hearing the album, and I think that's where Taj is or was on his way to go cover and make it happen. So I'm looking forward to Shewa, of course, in terms of records to be listening to. It's dropping on the 23rd, I think. 23rd, 24th, at the end of the month, yeah. We should be expecting a Shewa album to rave about. Anyway, man, looking forward to more new music, like we always say. We have by the way, from this past weekend I also got to check out Godwin, one of Shewa's close friends, and Shewa was obviously bigging him up. Godwin, I got to hear the Atonement album, some records on the album. He's an artist that you guys, more people need to be paying attention to, especially knowing he's from the north too, and they don't get too many talents that are being in the conversations as much. Obviously, there's first class as well to talk about, but it's nice to hear how refreshing Godwin is, because he's got of that passenger. The passenger, the what's this guy that everybody obsessed with? The Johnny Drills, but what's this guy that Nigerians obsessed with? That made the all human. Yes, thank you, John Bellion. I don't know why I was blanking on John Bellion.
He's there, yeah. Because you mentioned Godwin and first class in the same sentence, and I realized you meant because it's from the north.
From the north, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
anyway,
interesting. All of them sing like that. It's so interesting.
No, but Godwin has a beautiful voice too, man. Like he has a beautiful voice. Yeah, man.
There's a gospel singer called Travis Green.
Yeah.
He also has that.
There's a list
for sure in that category. So yeah.
Nice man. Beautiful stuffs, man. Beautiful stuffs from new music. Go check it out if you haven't. Who else did I listen to this weekend that was kind of impressive?
Did you get some new memes?
Yeah, I did. I checked out New Means. It was cool. It felt light though. It felt very light. It felt like a Lucy essentially.
But maybe that's because there's no second verse.
Yeah, like the structure of it was kind of loose and whatnot. But I mean, the snippet he dropped to it was crazy. The snippet was crazy.
The snippet was basically the song.
Yeah, it was basically that. So I was I mean, not bad of a moment to have with 1010 as well. A&R from yeah, it's a nice record. Shout out to Islambo as well. He dropped Mao 2. That was another fun, crazy Lamba moment from him as well. So not bad at that one. Jerick, new record with Trinidad James, Pretty Boy Dio. That's insane. Did anyone hear that?
Yeah, I did. It was a nice record.
Nice. Okay.
Jerick is on his own thing right now.
Insane, man. Nice.
I listened to more music this week than most people. Shout out to them.
Nice, man. Shout out to you, man. All right, man. There was lots of people. Of course, we can't cover everybody, but yeah, man. Shout out to Rexy. Shout out Cash Coming Marvel as well. Everybody did, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen. On that note, we've hit the clock where we call it a night. Okay, this was one of my favorite spaces, man. Well, we've had quite a lot of good ones in recent time, and I'm excited to.
I can't wait for the end of the year when I get to make my list of the best Afrobeat to the world space of the year.
Yo, we definitely need to start we need to be able to document what this year has looked like.
Greatest moments.
Crazy. This has been crazy.
You guys have gotten Olamide Black 3 weeks.
Three weeks in a row is actually absurd because at this point he might as well just be be making be one of the the main tenants of the space every week. But obviously that would be damn near absurd. But man, it's always fun, of course, to see him pop up in the conversations, and we're looking forward to more. I'm very curious when we have our other guests. Okay, I know, wink wink, I don't know if it's obvious, but we have some other guests that have showed interest in showing up on the space, and I think it'll be very exciting. So I'm looking forward to having some guests in the next couple weeks, hopefully based on releases, just to be able to chop it up. And yeah, man, we're all for trying our best to keep up, like Shizzi was saying, man, trying our best to play our role, play some form of role in terms of keeping the fire burning for this genre, for this space, for this movement that we love. So appreciate every one of you on the space that is making that possible. Appreciate everyone that is contributing week in, week out, to all the creatives, all the professionals that contribute to the conversations. Appreciate you guys. And yeah, we have Davido, to me, one of the hottest, if not the most revered recording engineers currently in this space, man. Always locked in. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody, man. Appreciate everybody that has been able to add to the conversation.
Appreciate everybody,
man. Honestly.
And are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. And the moral of the day, please. The moral of the day, Belema. To wrap it up.
Sorry. Today's moral of this space: if you don't push yourself, who will push you?
Facts.
When you see your helper in front of you, do not call them your peer in the industry. Call them your brother. Helper to their face. Call them your brother. Reach out and touch the hem of their garment.
Facts.
And that's how, if tomorrow when Rukmani drops song with Odumodu, or Odumodu drops song with Rukmani, we will say it's courtesy of Afrobeat to the world.
So, man.
This week, I send you guys forward to go for.
So what I've heard is that I should make sure that I'm holding the hem of your garments.
My garments.
Now your garments I do.
Wow.
Your own garments.
No,
yo, be a garments chain.
I go use my left hand hold the man, the other hand hold of both of your garments.
Man, that's too funny, man. Love and appreciate everybody here, man. Looking forward to next week. A lot of conversations to be had. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. Stay locked in for the podcast cuts as well, because we have to dissect so much of tonight's space, man. So appreciate you guys, man. Enjoy the rest of your week. We out. Peace.